Thank you very much po, Prof. Mendoza. Good morning sa ating lahat. Kahit hindi na po dito, alam ko, naririnig niyo ako. I'm Timothy Mendoza. I also graduated here in UP Los Baños under the BS Nutrition. So it's really good to be back in our university. So what I will be discussing is an innovation coming from the government. So gaya nga ng sinabi ni Prof. Pamela, we are moving towards farm-to-fork approach. So, it's a holistic approach. So, ang ating pong trabaho sa Food and Drug Administration is about food safety. So, likewise, our approach is from farm to fork. So, sino po ba sa atin ang familiar na with the new law about food safety? Food Safety Act of 2013. Familiar ba?
Hindi masyado.
Pwede magtaas ng kamay. Sino ang nakarinig na about the new law? Please raise your hand. From Kamla. Okay. So, though hindi yun ang topic talaga natin, the Food Safety Act, this is a provision in the law. The Philippine Rapid Alert System for Food and Feed. So, ano po ba ang essence niya? What is it about? How does it work? And who will make it work? That will be my course of discussion for today. So, let us begin. So, start po tayo sa historical background. This initiative didn't start recently lang. It started way back in 2007 when the Philippines joined the ASEAN Rapid Alert System for Food and Feed network. So this is not just a Philippine initiative, this is a regional initiative. So it started way back in 2007 and we were one of the first signatories here committing to establish the network. So also in 2007, there was an initiative as well from the DTI, Department of Agriculture, and the European Union to help the Philippines establish the Philippine Rapid Alert System for Food and Feed. So this is through the Trade-Related Technical Assistance of the EU, project number 2. And when it comes to 2009, na-determine naman po that the Department of Trade and Industry now is the national contact point to the EU RAS. So another system. So there's RAS, there's also an EU RAS. So this is the European Union Rapid Alert System for Food and Feed. So come 2010, natapos yung project and vital documents were prepared. Okay, come 2030, there was a law that was enacted, and this is Republic Act number 10611 or the Food Safety Act of 2013. So what is the bearing of this law with the PhilRAS? This gave the PhilRAS its legal basis. So before, mahirap siyang establish dahil wala po tayong batas. And it cuts across different agencies. Actually, a lot of agencies. And I will be discussing later what are these specific agencies. So, based po sa ating batas, Section 23, Article 5 of the Implementing Rules and Regulations of our law, ang sabi po dito, a National Rapid Alert System for Food and Feed shall be established to identify and subsequently notify of the existence of a direct or indirect risk to human health from food. So, what does it mean? So, it basically means that there must be a system na capable of sharing vital, relevant food safety information instantaneously, rapidly, so that those stakeholders, government agencies that are mandated to regulate that food, to assure food safety, are giving timely actions so as to protect our consumers. So that's the goal of the Rapid Alert System. Okay, you may take your seats. Morning. Please fill up the seats in front. And through this legal basis of the Rapid Alert System, come another vital piece of document. So, bakit ko ba din i-discuss to ng ganitong approach yung PhilRAS? Because for the newcomers, we, in the government, we are trying to do innovative innovations, projects, programs that we can further our responsibilities and functions. We can further do our functions efficiently and effectively. So prior to doing any program and project, we need documents. So we started with the law kanina as our legal basis, then it is further translated to a specific policy. So this is FSRCB Resolution number 1. What does FSRCB means? It means the Food Safety Regulation Coordinating Board. So this is the highest entity in our country which is looking over, making sure that food safety activities of different government agencies are being done. So this is chaired none other than by our Secretary of Health, and the co-chair is the Department of Agriculture. So our Secretaries of Health and Secretaries of Agriculture have signed this FSRCB Resolution number 1, approving the creation of a Philippine Rapid Alert System for Food and Feed, or PhilRAS, and designating us, the Food and Drug Administration, as the national contact point. So, binigyan kami ng responsibility ng FSRCB to make sure that PhilRAS is established and must be operational. So, ayan po yung screenshot ng ating vital document. So that's FSRCB Resolution number 1, signed by Secretary Obial and Secretary Binyog. Okay, so I would like to discuss this a bit. What is the EU trade-related technical assistance? So the European Union is helping the country to develop our, actually it's a lot of technical assistance, but for us it's for the sanitary and phytosanitary conformity. So sino familiar dito sa SPS? Can I ask agriculture students po ba yung nandito? Karamihan? Agricultural inclined?
Human eco, human eco.
Human eco. Please raise your hands kung human eco. Wala? Agriculture. Raise your hands. Yung iba, biology. Mga professors. So what is SPS? Sanitary and phytosanitary conformity. So sanitary and phytosanitary, important to for agriculture because mga agricultural products are covered by this principle, sanitary and phytosanitary. So it's a global principle that assures that all food products must be free from pest, free from disease, and must be safe to eat. So as agriculture students, agricultural practitioners, so very vital yung concept na SPS. Okay, so tinutulungan tayo ng EU to be compliant with SPS. So, isa sa kanilang project, sub-project is the establishment of the PhilRAS. It makes our country capable to regulate its food safety system. So, how? Mamaya, i-discuss natin through the PhilRAS. So, just want to acknowledge, buhay pa po yung mga yan. Yung mga nasa pictures. So, we have 3 experts that came here last year and this year implementing or trying to establish the system. We have Dr. Ian Gordon Watson. We have Mr. Sebastian Rao for the PhilRAS management, and Mr. Fortunato Costa, our IT expert. Okay, so we've been trying to establish the system way back in 2007. And finally, we established it this year. We already have the system. It's called, again, Philippine Rapid Alert System for Food and Feed. And this is our interface. Okay, so we established it this year, sometime in February, and it was officially launched in 28th of March. So this is already online. But what are the key features of this system ba? So kanina dinidiscuss natin, PhilRats. But what is it for? And what are the key features of the system? Isa sa unang provision na dinagay ko, it's an advanced information system. Why? Paano natin nasasabi na advanced ang information system natin ngayon? Okay? Online-based. Okay? And when we say online na po siya, attached sa ating web, you can already access it anywhere. You just have a computer, you have a cell phone. If you have data connection right now, you can access to it. And since it's an information system, it's efficient. It must be efficient. It must be instantaneous. So we have those capabilities and features with this system. Next, transmission and exchange of information, data, and incidences in real time. So real time siya. If I put something in the system, you can already see it. Okay. So, sir, we have the email naman. Bakit kailangan pa ng ganitong system? So, the difference between email and this system is this system, you can consolidate all the information in one place, in one notification. So, ano ba ang importante sa buhay ng mga tao ngayon? As students, it's very crucial for you to be organized. You have subject, example, ano bang subjects yung let's say M2. Will you mix it up with your agri class? Definitely not. It will make you less efficient, right? So you have to organize this information. And we have lots of information in the web that is disorganized. So, sabi po mga government agencies, we are so many, sobrang dami namin na nag-a-assure ng food safety. The very need of the government, is to organize all our information into one place. So we created this system. Next, another feature, potential and actual health hazards related to food and feed. So, potential pa lang. So, mapapansin nyo yung keyword is potential, actual, health hazard. So, potential pa lang siya, we can already inject it into the system. So, ang key feature pa ng system na to, with that provision, means that we are on the preventive side. We don't let an outbreak happen. We won't let an outbreak that is already happening to escalate to other places. We want to contain it. So I think it's also related to the topic of this event, which is on the preventive side. We don't let problems happen. We should prevent it. So potential pa lang siya, we have to put it into the system na. Next, key feature, greater effectiveness and efficiency. Nabanggit ko na yata ko kanina. This provides effective and efficient, way of transmitting food safety information data dahil ito ay IP-based. And also, another key feature of the PhilRats is safeguards to protect the country from health hazards arising from the movement of goods to and from the rest of the world. So this is not only domestic. This system is also talking to other systems. So aside from the ARAS, the ERAS, there's also another global system related to food safety that is also moving alongside with our system. This is called the InfoSan. Are you familiar with that? International Network of Food Safety Authorities. So, medyo malabo, pero yun talaga siya. InfoSan. So, this is operated by the WHO, and also the country is part of the InfoSan system. And we are talking as well with the InfoSan kung ano ba ang nangyayari outside of our country. So, kapag may nangyari kay USA na outbreak regarding a product, food product, it will be injected to that system, and that system will transmit that information to us instantaneously. Bakit kailangan instantaneously? At the end of the day, we should prevent food safety cases from happening. So we need instant data. So the system, the PRAS, can provide that tool na maging efficient yung transmission of data. Next, Philippines can actively contribute to global food safety. Likewise, hindi lang tayo nakaka-receive. We can also push data outward towards international networks. So that gives the Philippines more credibility, more authority to say that we can assure our domestic or the safety of our domestic food supply. Okay, so those are the key features. May question ba so far? Wala? Okay, proceed. So, ano ba ang structure ng PILRAS? It's very basic. This is a very basic structure of the PILRAS. We have the national contact point, we have the department contact point, and we have the agency contact point. So, nabanggit na kanina, the national contact point is the Food and Drug Administration. For the department contact point, mamaya, papakita ko kung sino mga departments. But these department contact points have agency contact points below them. But, kung makikita nyo, we have two arrows and they are directed national contact point to agency contact point. So, one arrow is pushing data from the national contact point pababa, disseminating it to all agency contact points. And yung isang arrow naman is pataas, which pushes data from the agencies paakyat ng national contact point. Nasa tabi yung department contact point. We decided to eliminate a layer para mas mabilis yung data transmission. So, ang department contact points po natin will be read-only or view-only function. But they can decide later on. So, we give them information. So, para mas efficient tayo, we only have A, B. Wala na tayong A, B, C. We push data from point A to point B. Wala nang in between. So, how does the notification flow looks like? So, makikita natin sa side na to, we have the entry points of the information. It can come from consumers, companies, or laboratory. So, whenever a consumer complaint enters our agency, we process it for validation, verification, kung ito ba ay may bearing sa food safety as a whole. Then, it can be forwarded to the system. Likewise, a company can also provide vital information. Paano? Sometimes, from time to time, a company honestly say that they did something wrong. So, they report to us, sabihin nila, can you help us in containing this problem? So, kami, bilang sa government, definitely, we are happy that that happened. No? But it's sometimes, it's only very seldom. But, given the fact that we can motivate them to provide this information later on, we can have a more effective communication and relationship. So, this is also crucial to the system. Because ang trust ng industry always is for distributing their product. But when they distribute unsafe food product, what happens? They lose credibility. That's why sila naman ay lalapit for containment ng problem. So, another entry point is the laboratory. A laboratory, magbibigay po siya ng analytical report. And this analytical report can be the basis of an information or an alert or notification. Okay, so they are all forwarded to the agency contact point, and this agency contact point creates the notification, validates the information, then forward it to the national contact point, nandun sa middle. Then the national contact point can do feedback for further verification before disseminating it to other laboratory contact point or agency contact point. So the job of the national contact point is to verify and validate this information before dissemination sa stakeholders. For example, meron tayong problem na na-detect about a meat. So, meat is not only directly for consumption, right? It can be further processed, like marinated, yung binibili natin sa mga supermarket. So, marami siyang pwedeng puntahan. Maraming agencies na rin ang involved. When processing happens, kami na yun sa Food and Drug Administration. But the meat regulation is from the NMIS, National Meat Inspection Service. And the distribution, the retailing part, is under the LGU, Local Government Unit, and TTI, Department of Trade and Industry. So, with the system, na in-inform ni NMIS, kami sa FDA, we dispatch it to those agencies that are involved in assuring food safety para sa meat. Because this meat, pwede siyang gawin for processing, pwede siyang ibenta sa market. So, we can already contain it. So, alam na ni LGU, oh, meron ganitong information, let's go to that part na potentially may nagbebenta. Si FDA naman, we can already notify our producers na, oh, this meat supplier is already producing low quality meat or unsafe meat. So, please refrain from getting meat from the supplier until further notice that we have cleared it. So, makukontain na natin yung problem. So, that's just an example. Okay, so, there's also another entry point. Pag may problem na nangyari, and we have the partner in the Department of Health, the Epidemiology Bureau. Whenever an outbreak already happened, meron ng, syempre, may sakit na hospitalized na, but it only happens to a territory. Like, kunwari yung nangyari nung durian candy poisoning. What was lacking on that time is the capability to contain the problem. It escalated to 2,000 cases of food poisoning. So it could have been contained if dun pa lang sa first case of the problem, we were already informed and we have already made controls within that province pa lang. I'm not quite familiar now with the 3 provinces that were involved, but it started in Mindanao, a province in Mindanao, Abusan yata, if I'm not mistaken. It escalated to 2 more provinces. So it blown up into a crisis. So that's what we are preventing. Okay? So, sino ba yung mga key players dito sa PhilRas? We have the DTI, Department of Trade and Industry, the DOST, the DILG, the ULAB. ULAB is the Union of Local Authorities of the Philippines. These are the leagues of barangays, cities, municipalities, and provinces. Basically, our local government units. And the 2 key players talaga are the Department of Agriculture and Department of Health. Okay, so our head, again, is the Food Safety Regulation Coordinating Board, chaired by the Secretary of Health and Secretary of Agriculture. They are as well the highest policy-giving body for the PhilRas. So for the DA, we have 9 food safety regulatory agencies that are directly involved. We have here, Bureau of Animal Industry, the National Dairy Authority, National Meat Inspection Service, Philippine Coconut Authority, FDA Fertilizer and Pesticide Authority, SRA Sugar Regulatory Administration, NFA, BFAR, and BPI. For DOH, we have two. We have the Food and Drug Administration, and we have the Bureau of Quarantine. Okay. So, again, this is our website, www.philrasp.org. Meron po ba tayong internet connection pala? I forgot to ask. Naka-Wi-Fi tayo. So, kung makaka-connect tayo, makakapag-demonstrate sana tayo, what is the capability of the system? So, for those participants here who have their cell phone, you can access it. www.philrasp.org if you have data connection. Okay. Pwede ba tayo mag-live demo? Password.
Teka lang.
Sana natin kasi kaya.
Okay, do you have questions while waiting for the password? Do you have questions so far?
Ako na lang.
Yes po.
Halimbawa, kayo food poisoning sa spaghetti. Nag-party, tapos nagka-food poisoning. Ano ang magiging dynamic sa
Okay. So, since Jollibee is a retailer, so under po yan sa CPL office talaga ng local government unit. But we have to check further. Saan ba talaga nanggaling yung microbiological agent na nag-cause ng food poisoning? If it came from, example, the micro agent is Staph aureus. So we can say that this is an indicator kasi for bad hygiene ng mga nag-prepare. So we can say that this is just about a bad practice. We can contain it already there. But if the problem is like Clostridium perfringens that came from the hot dog of the spaghetti, then we can have a bigger case. So meron ng problem hindi lang dito sa branch ng Jollibee nito, but the potential also of the problem to occur with other branches because it came from the raw material. So it depends actually po sa case. So we have to analyze first what is the specific agent that caused the poisoning, and from there we can determine who will be involved. If the raw material is from meat, we will involve NMIS. If it's a processed food product like the tomato sauce, with FDA. The noodles, also FDA. For the preparation, like the hygiene of the preparers, we will involve the city health office of the respective locality that where that Jollibee is situated on.
How long?
How long?
Your response.
Okay. Meron po kaming SOP dito that our response time should be 48 hours. So we are still trying to achieve that for now. So since nagsisimula pa lang tayo, we are adjusting pa. But the goal is 48 hours po.
yung hotel nagiging hospital. Kasi yung mga nakatira sa hotel is nagkasakit lahat ng food poisoning. Ano yun? Mga buffet, namihan seafoods, mga parang postal of cases, source ng poisoning. So, minsan talaga nangyayari siya. In that case, pagka-international ata, mas mabilis lang response. Kasi mag-PM responsibility.
Siguro, dalawang term ang dapat natin. When it comes to poisoning or toxicity, dalawang level yun. Meron tayong sinasabing chronic at saka latent. Okay? More or less, ang ginagawa ng FDA yung chronic toxicity. Kinain mo ngayon, epekto na, siraan ka ng tiyan, namatay ka, sinasabing chronic toxicity. Hindi pa rin nila mahagip yung what we call latent toxicity. Alam naman ninyo yung kanta natin na healing is softly with this soul. Hindi kita talaga yung effect.
To answer po yung question ni Professor Mendoza. Okay, so we have been actually Food and Drug Administration. When we say chronic, it's yung long term, no? Latent is the acute, yung biglaan, which is the food poisoning cases. Pag chronic po, meron tayong mga actions din na ginagawa. But the data is really hard to process yet. And we have been coordinating with other international bodies for it. But yes, we have to admit that we still have to improve further our research and standards development protocols and capabilities. And that's why we have been reaching out to the academies and other departments like the OST who have data, who have the expertise, and who have the capabilities. And in the future, we in DOH, based in sa batas, we are mandated to create a JSEG. It's called JSEG, the Joint Scientific Experts Group. So this should be comprised of different experts across all fields related to food safety. We must have an expert from the College of Agriculture, College of Veterinary Medicine, Institute of Human Nutrition and Food Tech, and Chemistry, Biochem, so on and so forth. So it must be a multidisciplinary experts group. So that can address later on yung concern po ni Professor Mendoza about us having less actions yet on chronic related food safety issues. Okay? Yes?
Nabalitaan po namin yung nangyari yung poison sa isa milk store sa
Yung may namatay.
ano po yung action ng DOH or government
Yes.
sa milk industry?
Actually, yung ergo yata, ergo milk tea, it's not actually food poisoning.
Poisoning talaga siya.
So, yes, it's poisoning, but it's not caused by an unintentional. Ibig sabihin, ito ay intentional. So, there's a criminal intent to kill. So, why would we, hindi natin sinakot lahat yung sa milk tea about it because it's a criminal case kasi. Hindi siya administrative case that the government must regulate strictly yung milk tea industry dahil dun sa case there. We have to balance our regulation function with the economic function naman or economic capability naman ng milk tea industry. But nevertheless, what we did, kaya namin na-determine that it is criminal, we have determined oxalic acid as the causative agent of the death. So oxalic acid is an industrial cleaning agent. Ginagamit by the industry to sanitize surfaces. So this is a cleaning agent. Bakit siya nasa milk tea? Because hinalo siya sa milk tea. Yun po yung naging case nung sa Ergo milk tea. But we also have a similar incidents about milk tea. Sabi may salmonella. So we determined that yes, there's elevated salmonella content dun sa kanilang pearls, but that's an isolated case. Nag-test kami afterwards ng mga pearls. It's actually caused by misproper handling lang during transport and distribution. So that's what we have been doing so far. Whenever there's a case, we have to determine first what is the causative agent, and from there, trace back how did it came about. So depending dun sa stage kung saan po siya nakita or naging cause yung proliferation of causative agent na yun, we have to act accordingly and ayos. Kasi hindi pwede na, i-mandate na natin lahat na dahil sa isang case na yun, isolated case, we mandate everyone to have very, very stringent, impractical na solutions. Okay. Yes po. Thank you for that question po. So question ni ma'am, meron po siyang napapok na innovative product. So who will assure the safety? So based po sa law, the primary responsibility of food safety lies dun sa food business operator. So that means ma'am, kayo po yung mag-assure dapat ng safety. But we in FDA can assist you in providing the right guidelines and standards to follow. So we can give you those information for you to verify, compare your product versus sa compliance po sa standards and guidelines. So we can give you those information for guidance. Questions pa? Hindi po tayo makakapag-live demonstration.
This is an extension line of Philippine
May na yung Wi-Fi.
government line.
Yes. You can explore the system via www.philras.org. If you have questions, please feel free to email me through foodsafety@fda.gov.ph. So I would also like to plug in. You can always visit our website www.fda.gov.ph. Meron po kami every once in a while, actually every week, meron kaming almost 30 products na pinopost sa aming website which are verified to be unregistered sa FDA, so potentially unsafe. So we would like to share this information with you for further dissemination. Because pwede yung kapatid mo na mas bata makakain ng mga unregistered food product na to, mag-cause pa ng outbreak. Nara-rapid alert pa natin. Yun yung ayaw natin mangyari, di ba? We would like to prevent. So, it's better to be informed. So, once in a while, dumalaw kayo sa aming website for FDA food advisories. Okay? May mga tanong pa po ba?